leo kabla tuendelee, it's been a it's been a slow week, but at least my baby is here with me, and I want to introduce her to you guys. She has not been here the whole of this year, so it's a New Year's year for us.
So, Happy New Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Drum roll. Megan!
Hi guys. Megan, labda Megan Otieno. Najua nimepotea for a while, but nimepatikana. Nafaa kuambia Happy New Year because it's the first time naonekana this year.
Happy New Year to you.
I'm here now, at least we talk, tuongee everything solid, everything
Sindo. Yes. When let me tell you, you didn't buy me a birthday gift. Last weekend was my birthday, guys. Nimekuja kwa channel leo na ubaya. My director over there and my co-host over here, these babes never bought me a gift.
Oh my god, babe, it's inakuja na inakuwa shit. Inatoka Emirates, inakuja.
I can't wait.
I mean, we do things under wraps.
I mean, I would say no pressure, but there is definitely some pressure.
Of course, yes, definitely.
Kuna pressure, of course. So,
tusijali iko on its way.
Lakini otherwise you've been good.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I had to take a break for a while. Kwanza away from social media, away from people kiasi. Najua nimepotea for a while. I look different. Thank God.
We thank God you're still healthy. You're in good health, perfect health. Uko tu sawa. You're happy, right? You're not sad. You know, kama uko sad hapo ndipo we will be concerned like, yo, what's up? What's happening? You know, what's our babe going through right now? So, yeah, we thank the Lord, but otherwise, guys, I have to floss. You know, mnajua lazima ni floss. So,
of course.
Kama mnavyoona kuna saa iko kwa hiyo mkono.
Of course.
Hiyo ilikuwa birthday gift.
That's nice. Yes, I saw it.
Lazima nikae hivi. So leo mkiona nikiweka mkono hivi, I think I should get you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We're twinning
the watches. Hata sikuwa nimeona. Yours is like,
it's in
which
Qatar.
color is this?
This is gold, I think.
And which color is this if this is gold?
I think it's another different shade of
shade of gold.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Sijui inaitwa aje. Ama ni a shade of brown, but a different kind of brown.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so guys, you can get your watches from us, make your orders. Tutaanza kuwauzia. Ukitaka kama hii yetu. Yeah. So anyway, guys, without any further ado, let's get to the podcast, and today's topics are going to be very interactive, very informative for the ladies and the young girls when you're huko nje and they have been asking questions about this topic that we're about to talk about. So strap your seat belts and get ready. This is gonna be an interesting episode. So yeah, without any further ado, would you mind introducing us to the topic that we are going to talk about?
Yes, this week we're talking about female hygiene. Yeah, and I think it's a topic that involves everyone. A sister, a daughter, a mother, an auntie, even for men. I'm pretty sure I'm super. You have sisters, you have cousins. So these things are important. You're also about to be a dad in the near future.
Exactly. You have a girlfriend. Yes. You have a wife. You know, and baby girls.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are going to talk about feminine hygiene, like she said it. And when you say feminine hygiene, first of all, we want to say right here, kama you have heard of any branded products, and then unaambiwa ati these are for the feminine hygiene, baby girl.
Especially vaginal.
Discard that. Discard that right now before we even go on. Ama what would you say?
True,
you know, siku hizi sijui kuna products fulani unaenda unakuta sijui kuna mafuta sijui vaginal oil,
vaginal oil, to keep freshness, sijui nini. I mean, it's supposed to be like that. So but when you maintain ikuwe safi, it's what is important.
Exactly. Niko na ufala, I'm just like but anyway, yeah. So guys, when we speak of feminine hygiene, let me just elaborate for you guys kidogo tunaongelelea. Basically we are talking about the very beautiful defining features of a woman, which is like the vulva and the vagina. So feminine hygiene basically is what a lady is supposed to do to maintain her, you know, hygiene when it comes to, you know, down there. So if you have a vagina, this is the video for you. This is the podcast for you. It is an episode for you.
Okay.
So when you talk of feminine hygiene, of course, kenye unafaa kujiuliza kwanza is what is it, you know, what it means, and you know, when to start, you know, what it is, when to start, what routine you should be taking for yourself, you know, to keep it, you know, all
what I can say, every woman's body is different, and the way that how your body reacts and how it functions is also different.
Yeah, that
so
is
if
true.
she has a different routine of how she maintains a hygiene down there, maybe it works for her and it does not work for you because maybe your pH need different sensitivity, you know?
Yeah.
But what I'd recommend for everyone that is so basic, soap and water.
Yeah.
Soap and water.
Yeah, we will actually get to that. Kenya nataka kwanza tuambie ni what feminine hygiene. You know, because kuna mtu taambia feminine hygiene and they're like, what is that?
Feminine,
you know?
hygiene basically is the cleanliness, how you maintain your body, especially down there, to like maintain freshness all day. You know, because you know we produce discharges and panty and whatever the heat, how you do your when you interact during the day to maintain that freshness all day. So feminine hygiene
from morning to evening,
6 to 6.
Kwanza
especially for people who are so busy with work, uko job the whole day, na hustle. So I mean, hata kama kuna joto, especially in this weather,
kuna kale ka precaution you're supposed to be taking and all. So Leo, when we talk of feminine hygiene, we're talking of the vagina and the vulva. Basically, let me elaborate to people kidogo ndio tukiongelelea hii topic msishangae what is that, hiyo ni nini unaongelelea, what is that you're talking about. So when we talk of the vulva and the vagina, first of all, in the female form, there's the vagina. The vagina is where all things get in. Kwenye vitu zinaingia. That canal.
Kuna zingine zinatoka kama
That is where tampons go in. You get? What are you thinking?
I mean,
that is where menstrual cups go in. You get? If depending if you use menstrual cups, so that is the vagina. It's the canal in the inside part of that hole. Then the vulva is the outside part, the skin yenye iko huko nje, what you can touch, what you get. Those little lips, the beautiful lips. Yes. Kuna mtu niliambia hivyo by the way akasema hizo vitu si supu. That was an insult.
I mean, ina depend ni boy ama dem.
So from there hadi hapo tumeshikana, si ndio? Hadi hapo I hope tumeelewana. Vagina ni ndani. The vulva ni nje. Okay, so there's the way to clean the vulva, and there's the way we know how the vagina does its own cleaning. You get? Because vagina inafanyanga iko na hiyo mechanism yake tu, inajiosha, nini. So uko ndani, please, you know? From hapo hadi hapo umeelewa. Sijui kama you have anything to add hapo kwa what the vagina and the vulva is.
Hapo I think I'm okay.
Hapo uko sawa.
They get gist.
Hapo umedig. You dig?
Yeah,
you dig? Nimeona hiyo jina now I can't stop saying that. You dig? You dig? Yeah, I dig. Yeah, so when we talk of feminine hygiene, kuna vitu specific zenye unafaa kuangalia, of course, na kuna zile vitu unafaa kuacha, avoid, because there are when you talk of feminine hygiene, there is when to start it, the routine changes over time, and the things to avoid, and when to see a doctor. Okay, and we are going to start with what you eat. Feeding is very okay. Let me acha nianze already utaongeza tu. So when we talk of feeding, just the same way venye the food that you're eating in affect mwili yako, pia the food that you're eating also affects, you know, your vagina and the pH and everything, how even your vagina smells, how your discharge smells. You understand? Vitu zenye unakula yani zina affect pia hiyo. So your feeding habits are very important because ikikuja kwa kukula actually unaona vitu zenye unakula ina affecting your vagina. Even when you talk of the unajua we are talking about the entire female production, whatever reproduction, you can see that. So kama chakula yenye unakula inaku affect pia inaweza ku affect upate some infertility issues. You know, you can get infertility issues. Yani kuna problems mingi they are associated with that, and with that you're advised kama ni kukula unakula antioxidants food. Okay, there's the name for that, guys. I don't want to tell you lies here. Okay, I don't want to lie.
From my basic knowledge,
I don't want to lie.
But from my basic knowledge, we are advised to eat pineapple.
Pineapple.
There's something that pineapple does.
Pineapple inakuanga
PhD, right?
Yeah.
With our pH, sorry. So me, I know about pineapple.
Which vitamins?
Actually, I've had, I think vitamin E. Or something.
Yeah, actually. By the way,
kwanza hata mimi hiyo story niliambiwa na boy. I was told that with a man.
Sijui na yogurt, kukunywa yogurt. Kukunywa yogurt pia inasaidianga. Uko chini
pineapple.
Fruits, technically I think it's
inakuwa
wet vizuri. So kwa kukula, you guys can eat antioxidants, vitamin E, foods that contain vitamin C, omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids. For now, kukula hizo antioxidants, honestly it's very advisable, and if you can cook your food using garlic, ginger, turmeric, those are very
actually
important.
Even good for the blood.
Exactly. So if you're a woman and maybe you have hata kama uko na PCOS, that is polycystic ovaries, na kama your tubes zimeblock ni unaweza kula
hata cysts.
Ama cysts. Hizo magonjwa fulani za
hapa kwa fallopian tube, kwa the egg.
Unaweza kuwa ukikula chakula kama hizo, na pia the kind of juices you drink. Nini, you know, kuna hizo juices fulani zinasaidianga huko chini na hiyo pH ukikunywa. Vile tumesema pineapples, yogurt na some you know, fertility whatever juices, fertility juices. They are very important and amazing. Okay?
Yes.
And then, so hizo antioxidants tukiongelelea, basically it's that. Just cook your food with ginger, garlic and turmeric. It's really going to save you a lot when you're looking for
plus
a child. Inatoa hizo toxins kwa mwili. Exactly. So that is one way to look at it. Okay. I think sijui kama uko na kitu ya kuadd hapo kwa kukula chakula yenye unakula.
Basically, me honestly, I know about pineapple. But now we know a lot of things.
Yeah, honestly, if you are a woman, you need to go do research about feminine hygiene and all that. So what you eat really matters. The second thing that really matters is how you clean yourself. And when we talk of how you clean yourself, hapa sasa we are talking about how you wipe. You know, how you wipe yourself after using the washroom. We're also talking about, you know, when you're on your menstrual period, how often do you change your sanitary towels, if it's a cup that you're using, if it's a tampon that you're using. Sindio? So, Megan, nataka kukuuliza, but before tuendelee, other forms of cleanliness ni what you do after sex, you know?
Yes.
Exactly,
aftercare,
the grooming
sex,
part of it, the soothing and monitoring part of it. So, nataka kukuuliza swali. Hapa kwa cleanliness, I want us to talk about how to wipe first and about menstrual, when you're on your menses, how you should do your cleanliness. Sindio?
Tuko 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
So, unaelewa?
So, we have to check our time, guys, ndio msiboeke na hii video. But hii video hamwezi boeka because it's really informative. Hata wewe ukiruka sitakuelewa bana. We're going to go up minutes kadhaa. Lakini don't worry, we can do 2 videos.
Umeuliza how to wipe. From kitambo, hata when I was growing up, my mom taught me, hata grandma, wipe for women, we wipe from front to back. So that hiyo nini si interfere na vagina,
because hizo bacteria
zizingie huko ndani. Hata science taught us that. Another healthy measure for when you're on your menses, it depends on what you use as a towel. Kama unatumia pad ama tampons. But hygiene yenyewe for that nini is just basically okay. I think it's advisable to use wipes. Unajua kuna this smell that inatokanga when you're in a menses. I hang out with a lot of guys from med school, so kuna watu wanasemanga this thing exists. Actually when a woman is on her period, she produces some smell. But sasa we don't entirely need that smell to kusikika, so I advise wipes. Wipes at least inatoa from kwa surface. When you wipe with tissue, it's just smearing that nini over there. Wipes is like unatoa yote.
And when blood, the moment imetoka, by the way, the moment hiyo damu imetoka kwa hiyo nini and it drops on your pad ama on your tampon and ama your cup, that blood immediately starts to rot.
Yes,
it starts to rot.
Inatoa a certain
smell. So the more ukika, it's advised. How many times do you change if you're using a pad? Okay, do you use pads or tampons? Which one do you? What's your preference?
Me, I migrated to tampons. I met a woman. Yes, I met a woman who actually made me realize that tampons are more comfortable because it eradicates that smell. Unajua kutumia pads unakaa nayo sana na hiyo joto. So ina avoid your smell. So me, I use tampons.
Okay.
So my hygiene routine for tampons, I use either water or
after you change.
Yes.
And how long after how long do you change your tampon?
I change after it also depends with your flow.
Yeah, of course.
It depends with your flow. So me, since sinanga like heavy flow, I change after. I use like 2 to 3 tampons in a day.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
So a day has how many hours? 24, right?
24.
Ama it's from morning to evening.
Morning to evening. So since you know me,
so
I'm at work.
You live at for like how many hours?
Hapo 10, 11. After 10 baka hapo 3. Then 3 hadi hapo.
And it's a tampon.
Yes.
10 in the morning. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, it also depends with my flow,
Lakini I feel like with the tampons, juu iko ndani, you're supposed to change it at least 4 after every 4 hours. 4 to 3. Yeah.
Because I feel like na heavy flow.
Honestly, hata kama flow yako iko kidogo aje, ni kama pad vile unaambiangwa, when you're using a sanitary towel, you need like hata kama it's that small drop yenye inatoka, you still need to change that pad after inasemangwa 8 hours, but I advise I would advise you, if you're using a pad, a sanitary towel ama pad, una change after every like at least 6 or 4 hours, 6-5 hours. Don't wait for 8 hours, because I feel like 8 hours is just so much time, and there's that heat. Unajua mwili yako iko na joto, bado kuna hiyo joto nini, so all that adore and it's just something. And then for the menstrual cup and the tampon, menstrual cup zinakuwa we should try that one day. But for the menstrual cup and the tampon, I honestly feel like you should change it at least 3 or 4 hours after, no matter how light your flow is, because hizo bacteria manzezi koko ndani. Now it's inside, not outside, at least. So that's my preference. Yeah.
Now I know.
At least change.
I know.
Yeah, because to reduce any risk of infections, and all that. Since hizo unaingiza ndani.
Hey guys, now I know. Now I know. Siko najua. Now I know. This is why we should be talking with other women.
Alafu hiyo pati ya kujipanguza when you go to the washroom, yes, I support you front to back. But again, it's also advisable after wiping yourself after a long call or a short call, use wet wipes.
Yeah.
But unscented juu hapo. Kuna watu wanapanguzanga wapanguzi vizuri. And then ukipanguza usipanguze na tissue moja. Use one for the front and one for behind.
Yes.
And dispose. Don't use the tissue yenye umetumia kupanguza nyuma unatumia mbele. Anza mbele ukienda nyuma. Alafu ukitoka mbele unaanza nyuma, tupa tissue ya mbele, chukua ingine, panguza nyuma. And then now you can use your wet wipe. usitulete maarufu.
Usijali bila shangaa tu.
We need you to be clean. Atutaki, you don't want to be there giving
People
your man.
You
don't want to be giving your man
infection
from, you know, from the number 7 style, and then you're there. Amefunga tu mapua.
Si hata number 7. You know, sometimes hata we have tunatakanga tusikie kitu huko chini.
Yeah.
Atumie some other skills. Sasa atatumia just skills kama you're not clean.
Another thing
nachoma.
Another thing of cleanliness, please ladies, please after sex clean up. You know, when you after you have had your play, after play, just clean up. And by clean up, you don't have to take a whole shower. If you don't have the time, you can just take, you know, some water ama wet wipes, you know, ama some water na unini ama ukojoe. Please pee after
sex. By the way,
sex.
yes,
oh
to
god, pee after play.
UTI.
You know, yes, uta prevent UTI, and if there is any bacteria yenye imeingia huko when you're at play, you know, inatoka. So it's very advisable to pee after, you know, the act, and also use some water to wipe down there. You can just
moisture,
because some water,
because dry tissue ina nini tunasimia tu uchafu hapo hivyo, it's not advisable.
That is part of cleanliness. So observe that, of course. Na pia grooming is very important, you know. Hebu tuambie, how do you groom yourself? Ama what ways would you advise women?
Regular shaving that we usually do. There's kama unataka extra feel better. Kuna yoni steaming, kuna some spas that provide yoni steaming.
I'm gonna warn you about that. Guys, don't do that.
I actually knew that from an influencer called Shelly Sophisticated. Anatuonyeshanga how to maintain your vaginal hygiene. Actually, yes, I recommend Shelly Sophisticated. Yes, you should go see her page on IG. Definitely recommended, because anaendanga to this spa called V-Spot. They provide
to advertise, by the way.
I'm not advertising, I'm just mentioning.
But in short, we are saying groom yourself.
Yes, groom yourself. I need to try this
groom. Grooming, I will advise you not to, but I'll come to that. But grooming tunasema you can use waxing. Unaweza wax, by the way. Waxing is very, because inakuachanga tu kwa smooth when you're. But kama huwezi fanya hiyo, basi tumia razor. The razor nini. But now at that you're having a risk of bumps and all that, but you just know what your skin type and what to do about it, so you can just wax or use a razor. That's okay. Another thing we need to tell you guys, you need monitoring, and by monitoring we mean look. You need to know how you look down there.
Oh yeah. Yes.
You need to feel how you look down there.
Like many people look at me weird.
No, imagine by them I'm for that.
Yes, I always say it, but people look at me weird.
Look, feel and smell. You get?
Yeah, it's
jiguze hapo, sikia kama pia. You know, by smelling atumaanishi ujiguze unanukia, hapana. You can smell your underwears, sikia kama zinanuka funny, if the discharge is okay, if the, you know, sasa hizi ndizo tulikuwa tunasema your routine.
Yes.
You know, your routine, you can make that a routine. You know, unajishika huko pia, jua vile genitals zako zinafeel, environment huko iko aje. You know, and then smell, ni vizuri kusikizanga smell za panty yako after umetoa underwear, ndio kama discharge yako imechange harufu.
Yes, ujue kama there is a problem.
And it's a bit bad, you can see a gyna or a doctor, because maybe you could be at a risk of UTI ama
uko na infection.
So that is very important. Kwa kulook, baby girl, just use a mirror. Chukua kioo, eka hapo.
So easy.
It's so easy. Just use a mirror and look at yourself. Look at that babe. Look at that flower.
Yes.
You know, ni yako.
Appreciate it.
All right? Appreciate it. So just feel it. Feel it. Look at it and feel it. All right? That's when you know if you've changed in different ways kwa nini yako.
Kama pH if you change. Ama you need to change something about your diet, ama how you live, ama your hygiene.
Exactly.
It's important.
Now, tukikuja kwa cleaning, by the way, you guys don't wash yourselves down there with soap. Do not. Kwa vagina, vagina tumesema ni track. vagina ni uko ndani, and the vagina does its own cleaning. Iko na pH yake, iko na nini, it does its own cleaning. So what you do, please do not use soap kwa vagina ndani, that is itajifanya, but kwa vulva the skin yenye iko hapo on top, just use a very fragrance free soap
yenye haina
smell, fragrance free soap na just some water.
If it's advisable, tunaweza tumia hata bar soap.
Ama bar soap, kipande soap. So please do not at all use nini uko ndani. Vagina inajiosha na iko na pH yake, so usidanganywe na mtu ati uanze kuenda kuingisha vitu huko una scrub na don't do that, just to osha on top. Our last point, guys, I will talk about this: douching, steaming and other trends. Douching, steaming and other trends. 2 words for it. Please don't.
So we are not supposed to even steam.
Don't.
What?
Baby girl, tumeanzia na products zote zenye umeandikiwa ati za kutumia huko kwa please do not go for those. Aki, please, because you're only going to be introducing yourself at risk of changing nini za your pH na nini, and then uanze kupata more complications. So you're douching, steaming and other ninis.
Sasa we should try only steaming kwa, oh my god,
don't.
I thought it was like a
kama ni juu, if it's kwa skin ya juu ni sawa, if you're doing it steaming hapa kwa hii skin ya hapa juu ni sawa, lakini pia unajua labda ita affect mayai yako kwa ndani, lakini do not do steaming ati kwa vagina ndani, unaenda unaweka nini uko na you're being steamed, so 2 words for that, please don't do that. Just use hizo measures tumewapeana. If you have any questions, just comment down below, tuulize maswali zenye mko nazo, si ndio? And subscribe, share this link, and
in fact hata suggestions that you have, and hata us, we're not experts. So just a little that we know.
Ni kidogo yenye tunajua. So otherwise guys, that's all we had for today. If you have questions, we can feature them on the next episodes, so ask them kwa comment section. And with that said and done, guys, we love you so much, and we out. Cheers.